Hello, people of God. Welcome to another edition of Sunday Morning Glory on Air. I am your host, Pastor Dr. J.J. Ibeneme. I am an exponent of longevity and fulfillment. And today I have another wonderful package for you. And today's topic says, kidney failure, a killer disease, is a preventable one. In other words, kidney failure that is killing people here and there can be prevented. When you know the idea, when you get the idea or have to prevent it, and you apply it, it will work for you. Because knowledge is power, and applied knowledge is potential power. So today we are talking about how to prevent kidney failure that is killing people here and there. Let us go back to our chart. Here in our chart, we have our journey of life is like a mountain climber. A mountain climber starts from the foot of the mountain here, down up to the top of the mountain. 50 years is like somebody who is on the top of the mountain. Then from that top of the mountain, you come down, until you get to a certain ripe age when death will take place. Because death is a separation of the soul from the body. And the separation of the soul occurs when the body is too weak to carry the soul. So anything that will make the body to become very weak, so as to separate from the soul, so that the soul will be separate from the body, you have to avoid it. So today we are teaching on how to prevent some of the chronic diseases that send people to the grave untimely. So here we have zone A, the zone of super health. If you remain in this zone, you are going to live for your lifetime without suffering on chronic disease. So from zone A, the zone of super health, down to zone B. If you mistakenly move from here to here, zone B, it means you have entered the speed lane to your grave. So we are teaching on how to avoid chronic diseases that send people to the grave untimely. So when you get the knowledge and you apply it, you remain in the zone of super health throughout your lifetime. And when you remain in the zone of super health, you have to live up to a certain ripe age. From 50, you start going down until when the body is too weak as to carry the soul, then death will occur. But when you enter the zone B, which is zone of chronic diseases, you have entered the speed lane to your grave. Most people who died of kidney failure died between the ages of 30 to 50. So I've been making a research. Why is it that people die of kidney failure between the ages of 30 to 50? That's where we are going today. So, three major things cause kidney failure in the life of people. So you have to do three things to avoid kidney failure throughout your lifetime. Number one thing you are going to do is, you know that the kidney, the major work of the kidney is to filter fluids. The major work of the kidney is to filter any water that enters your body, any liquid that enters your body. So the major work of the kidney is to filter any water that enters your body, any fluid that enters your body. So the number one thing you are going to do is to cleanse your kidney once in a year. So today, I am taking my text from the book of Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. Somebody for me.
And God said, See, I have given you every heart that you see, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit you see, to you it shall be for food.
For you, it shall be for food. And God said, I have given you every herb. Number one thing you should know is that God has given us herbs. 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 God has given us herbs. That's one number one thing. And number two, God has made these herbs available all over the earth, all over the world. For example, in Nigeria and in Africa, we have some herbs that cleanse the system. We have 7 filters in our body. And all the 7 filters, they need to be cleansed once in a year. Like the lungs and the airways, the liver, the lymphatic system, the colon, the spleen, the kidney. All these are the filters we have in our body, 7 of them. Once in a year, you have to cleanse them or detoxify them with a well-prepared herbs. And the herbs that God has given we Africans wonderful herbs that can cleanse all these filters. Number one of them is Oda and the Ozuza. Then St. Leaf, which is called Nshwam. Then we have Aloe Vera barbadensis. These are wonderful cleansers that God has given to we Africans. Then when you go to Europe and America, God has given them alfalfa and prunes to cleanse the kidney and the other filters. Alfalfa and prunes. Then when you go to Far East, China, Singapore, Taiwan, God has given them ginseng, herbal life tea, for them to use in cleansing their filters. And in Japan, God has given them wonderful natural alkaline ionized water to cleanse their filters. So God has made all these things possible for us to cleanse our system. The filters, the 7 filters we have in our bodies. The kidney, the colon, the spleen, the lymphatic system, the liver, the lungs, and its airways. Cleanse all of them once in a while. So you use a well-prepared house to cleanse them. That's number one thing you have to do about the kidney, to avoid the kidney from failing. Because when the kidney is filtering the debris, there's every tendency that there must be some accumulation of debris in the kidney. So once in a while, you cleanse them. I know in your house now, maybe you have the filters we use in filtering water. Once in a while, you bring out the candles from the filters and clean them. They will remain good and pure for them to work very well. In the same way, once in a while or once in a year, you cleanse the 7 filters you have in your body for them to remain pure and keep on working very well for you. That's number one. Number two, talking about the kidney. The kidney being a filtering organ. It filters water. Every fluid that enters our body, the kidney have to filter it. Now, if you're a heavy drinker, you drink so many bottles of beer every day. As from 30 years of age, you have entered another stage of life we call the declining stage. From year 1 to 30 years of age is the declining stage. At this age, the hormones, the growth hormones that make people to grow is declining. The hormones is declining, is going back. So the moment the hormones start to go back, we start to age. We start to grow old. Old age starts as from 30 years of age. So the moment the hormone declines, we start to grow old. So as from 30 years of age, you are becoming an old man. If you are a heavy drinker, and you can be able to drink up to 7 bottles of beer at a time, at a sitting. As from 30 years of age, you reduce. If you are drinking 7 bottles at a sitting, as from 30 years of age, you are becoming old. You reduce maybe to 4 or 3. Because now, your kidney is an old man's kidney. If you are putting stress in an old man's kidney, one day it's going to fail. That's why people suffer from kidney failure as from 30 years of age. Because when you are putting much stress in the kidney, it will surely fail. You remember, whenever you are drinking beer, you pass out urine often. Passing out urine often means that the kidney is working, is being overlabored. So from 30 years of age, your kidney is an old man's kidney. If you are putting much stress on it, it may fail one day. That is the second thing. You have to, from 30 years of age, minimize the number of bottles of beer you take at a sitting. That's number 2. Number 3. As for 1920, all the drugs that were produced are highly potent. In other words, all the drugs we have in the market today, they are very powerful. They are highly potent. Before 1920, all the drugs we have in the market, they were so very soft, and some of them were liquid. But as for 1920, all the drugs we have in the market are highly potent. So today, before you take any drug, make sure you adhere to the prescription. And moreover, when you're taking drugs, like antibiotics, whenever you take antibiotics, they weaken the cells in the kidney. Whenever you take antibiotics, they weaken the cells in the kidney. So if you started as a child to take antibiotics from year 1, maybe whenever a child is sick, the mother will have to go and buy some antibiotics. If you start from year 1 to take antibiotics, by the time you get to 30 years of age, your kidney is getting weak. As for 30 years of age, your kidney is getting weak. So combined with the weakness you have been getting from taking antibiotics to this old age, before you get to 50, there must be a kidney failure. So what am I trying to say? If you are a mother, when next you want to buy maybe malaria drugs for your children, when you go to a chemist, the chemist man will tell you, I will mix typhoid drugs for you with malaria tablets. It's a lie. These are two different things. If your child is sick of malaria, when you go to the chemist shop, buy malaria drugs. Don't allow them to mix typhoid drugs for you. Because typhoid is a different thing altogether. And malaria is a different thing altogether. Whenever you are taking typhoid tablets, they are weakening the cells in your kidney. So if you start today, if you start at a young age to give your children typhoid drugs, before they get to 30, 35, the cells in the kidney must be weak. So when your child or your children are sick, when you go to the chemist, apply wisdom. Because that chemist man, he wants to sell off the drugs in his counter. Because he doesn't want them to expire. If they expire, he's going to lose his money. That's why he's telling you, I will mix typhoid drugs for you with malaria. It's not proper. The moment you keep on taking typhoid drugs on a regular basis, the cells in the kidney are going down. If you start from year 1 to take it, year 2, year 5, by the time you get to 30 years, you have entered the declining stage. And at the declining stage, the body is getting weak. All the organs in the body are getting weak. Combine it with the weakness you get from taking the antibiotics over the years. Your kidney will fail. That's why people suffer from kidney failure. Today, you have gained the knowledge. Apply it, and it will work for you. You will never suffer from kidney failure all the days of your life. Because applied knowledge is potential power. Knowledge is only power. But applied knowledge is potential power. When you gain the knowledge, apply it. It will work for you. God will help us in Jesus' name.
Amen.